Jeff, after the madness of the weekends, I guess the first question would be, how have all the girls pulled up from that, and what sort of squad availability do you have against Sydney?
Yeah, look, obviously they're a pretty tired group on Monday. We did very little. Everyone was in massage, recovery Monday, and then we did a light session on the pitch on Tuesday, day off yesterday. But we worked hard today, and everyone trained really well today. It's probably the only player that won't be available from the weekend will probably be Miranda. She fell heavily on her knee earlier on in the week. It's pretty sore, so most probably we'll be bringing in another goalkeeper to go on the bench. Most probably it'll be Gabby, yes, yeah. But apart from that, everyone has turned up. Obviously, pretty well motivated, and yeah, look, they're raring to go. We've enjoyed last weekend, but we've put it right behind us now, and we're totally focused on the weekend.
Confident that they've got enough to go 120 minutes and penalties again if needed?
No problem, yeah.
How do you avoid the idea? It's a pretty experienced group now. Obviously, you played your final last week mentality.
Nah, that's not. We played a final last week. Our next final is, and we talked about that today. That's just not acceptable to us as a group. That we've enjoyed last week, and if we spoke about it even earlier on in the week, that if we enjoy it too much, then that massive high that we had will be hit with a massive low this week. So that's not in our plans. So yeah, look, we're totally focused on going to Sydney and getting the result there.
They've done it before, spoiled their party, albeit it's a different situation. I know Ante said they're actually playing another game rather than having the bye than facing you. How do you draw upon the last couple of years? How do you approach it?
It's yeah, whatever. I'm not really interested in what they do or what preparation they do. We're just preparing. We've had a good week. Obviously, we haven't been able to do much, but we've had a really good day today. Had a good tactical workout. Physically, the girls are looking good, back nice and sharp again. So we'll have a very normal -1 tomorrow, and yeah, we'll be ready to go.
Heading into a game against Sydney, obviously you can take confidence from beating them in 2 previous final series, but at the same time you have to balance that with not thinking it's a fait accompli that you can do it again. How do you balance those two things?
No, look, the game is a new, fresh game, and we're not. Last week doesn't come into it. It's a fresh game for us, and we're looking at basically. We know them, how they play. They know us. They know us inside out. We know them inside out. So it's about getting us physically, mentally prepared, and maybe having 1 or 2 things up our sleeve that we might do a little bit different in terms of personnel, in terms of tactics. That might, just surprise them a little bit. And I said, but really, we know what they're all about. They know what we're all about, and it's going to be kind of down to the day again. Who's going to be able to produce on the day?
How do you approach this game from a tactical perspective? Because obviously you're a high pressing side. You try to win the ball back as soon as possible. We saw last week Western United sat back very defensively, and they were able to largely prevent Sydney from having any really good goal scoring opportunities. 2 diametrically opposed approaches to this Sydney FC team. How do you go about it on the weekend? Yeah, look, there's definitely 2 ways of doing it. You can sit back into a deeper or middle third block and try and frustrate them. And I thought Western did that really well last weekend. Or you can, get in their face, get up there, pressure. They're a team that likes to play and will play out from the back. So yeah, there's 2 ways of doing things. Well, Western also physically bullied Sydney FC. Is that something that you can take from this game?
Yeah, look, I don't know really. I think the Sydney FC team are a pretty physical team. They've got players with pace, with strength. So yeah, I think Western are Western, and we don't really have the players in our team to go around kicking people, to be bullying people. We compete. We'll get in your face and we'll press and pressure, and that's part of our DNA as a team. But to say that we're going to go there and bully them, that's not in our game plan. That's not in our nature, and I'm sure that's not in. I say Sydney FC are a very powerful, quick, dynamic side, but yeah, to be bullies that's not in their nature either. So I see the game being a pretty open, end-to-end game with two teams, setting themselves up to defend the opposition, but also being very, very positive. And I think we can't fall into the trap of just going there and sitting back and looking to maybe snatch or nick the game. We need to be going forward. We need to have a good forward passing mentality. We need to be really positive when we've got the ball, and then do what we have to do without it.
Melina Ayres, what is it about her at this time of year? Finals just seems to get her going. I know it almost flew under the radar because of Casey's heroics, but a hat-trick, 2 hat-tricks in finals she's got now.
Yeah, look, I think you look at the team. I think our team's lost one game in 18. We lost our first 2 games of the season, and then one in 18 since then. I think you look at Melina; she's scoring basically every time she plays. She scores. So obviously she'll be a target for them to keep her as quiet as they possibly can. But it is a very, very difficult job. She's a player that doesn't really need time or space. She can create herself time and space. She can score the most spectacular of goals as well. And look, the other thing is that she also brings other people into the game really well. So yeah, look, I guess some people have that big match mentality, and she definitely has got that. And yeah, she seems to come alive in finals.
Oh, just touched on Casey's heroics, and you've obviously seen her since she was a kid, really. How have you seen her football develop?
Look, she's obviously at a very early age was a very talented player, and a very talented young goalkeeper. But I guess something that you saw in her at that age was that her mentality, her character, she hates to lose at anything. Look, even she saved the penalty on the weekend in normal time, and all the girls ran over to her and she just, get away from me. There's a corner to defend it. So it was like So look, she's got an amazing mentality, and you add that to her talent, and she's pretty formidable. And yeah, look, that's obviously why when I came to this club, she was one of my first targets to bring in, and she'll never let you down.
Casey's been asked about the Women's World Cup on social media. She's been liking tweets and reposting Instagram stories talking about her chances. Do you think playing for a potential Women's World Cup berth has brought even more of that competitiveness out of her, that she's, not only now competing for victory, but I'll show the rest of you about how good I am as a keeper?
I guess you'll have to ask her about that. I think, look, you tell her she can't do something, and I'm sure that will motivate her. But yeah, look, I think her motivation is to do well for this club. She enjoys playing for this club. She loves the girls and just being here and being part of it. So yeah, look, that's something you most probably have to ask her. But I think her main motivation is she wants to win another grand final for the club.
Would you be surprised if she got a World Cup call-up?
Personally, no, but I don't really want to get into that. I think that's not really for me to comment on. But yeah, look, I think she's playing. She's the best goalkeeper in this A-League Women at the moment. in my eyes anyway. So yeah, why not?
Just a bit of talk about the pitch at Allianz that you're about to head on to. We saw Angie Beard
Yeah.
foot, and she's now out for the rest of the season. Have you had a look at her? Have you got any concerns?
Yeah, look, I've heard a lot about it. Yeah, spoken to Mark Takazo, just wished him all the best. Congratulated him when they got through, and yeah, he said the pitch was pretty average, and obviously devastated for Ange. Obviously with her sort of links with this club and with myself in the past, yeah, really devastated for her that she. She's done so well to get there, and then it's all been taken away from her. So, yeah, and it did look a little bit of a bumpy surface, but yeah, we'll have to have a look at it when we get there ourselves. But yeah, it's a little bit of a worry, but it's something we got to deal with.
And if you get through, it's an all Melbourne grand final in Sydney. Is there a bit of motivation there to get to Sydney?
No, not at all. Really, it's a game that we have to win, and if it's Sydney, if it's Western Sydney, if it's Canberra, it wouldn't matter to us. It's a game that we have to win to get us through to the grand final. So but got a lot of respect for Ante as a coach, massive amount of respect for him as a coach, and for them as a team, because they are, they've been the benchmark over the last 3 or 4 years now. So that's something that we're striving to get to. So for us, that's most probably to beat a team as good as them will be a big motivation, as well as getting to the grand final.